Hello, it's Councillor Shaun Davies, leader of Telford and Wrekin Council. It's been a while since my last update, but so much has happened since then. The updated government guidelines in regards to the social distancing rules mean that we are now looking at all of our services to decide how, when and if services begin to reopen. We've already made announcements in regards to our library services. We'll shortly be making announcements in respect of our facilities around play, and we will do this in the safest possible way, and this will be a phased approach. We're not going to be able to get back to a complete open service straight away overnight, and equally we're not going to be able to clean every piece of equipment every time it's used, and therefore we're going to have to rely upon you, our residents, to use your own common sense and to use your own knowledge of the coronavirus to ensure that we keep you safe and keep others safe. So, for example, if you're going to your local play park, then please do bring some hand sanitizer so that you can clean yours and your children's hands before and after use. But we will be putting additional cleaning into those areas, and we'll have further such announcements soon. We're also working really hard to support our local businesses and our local high streets. It's been a really difficult time over the last 4 months, as many of those non-essential shops have been closed, and those reopening shops need us to go and spend money in our local high streets. And we've been putting measures in place to try and encourage you to return back to those places in a safe way. We continue to listen to businesses, and where changes are needed, we'll ensure those changes are made. We're also looking to support our children over the summer holidays. We've already announced the extension of our breakfast club provision and our free school meal provision over the summer holidays. That's in line with the government support, but also the additional support that the council is also putting in. We'll have more announcements as the guidance comes forward, and of course your schools, we are working with closely, are also your first point of call. We've got some exciting announcements around laptop for learning, in particular primary schools, working with your local ward councillors, and again that announcement will be made very shortly. Telford Wrekin Council staff will also be returning back to their offices, again not in the same way that they did previous to this, but in a very phased approach, a safety first approach, and our staff who are working incredibly hard from home right now will be returning in a gentle fashion back to our council offices. This is a huge amount of change, and we've already seen, haven't we, in places like Leicester, that the freedoms that we are being granted now can easily be rescinded by government by way of the local lockdowns. The only way in which we can avoid a local lockdown is by continuing to be as safe as we can. Making sure we're washing our hands, making sure that we're keeping 2 meters away, or where that isn't possible, 1 meter with further protection. Making sure that if we have the symptoms of the virus, we get a test. Making sure that we isolate when we are required to do so. We're working with employers to ensure that they know what help and support is available to their staff. But please do contact us if you're uncertain. We are not at all at the end of this, and I see time and time again people saying it's over. It isn't over. The beginning of this is not yet over. As we move forward into the next phase of a national relaxation of the lockdown, local lockdowns are perfectly possible and highly likely. And that's why we need to make sure that we do all that we can as residents, as businesses, as communities to keep this virus under control. Just remember, if you get this virus, then you are more likely than not to pass that virus on to every person that you come into contact with. That's why it's so important that you keep on keeping your hands clean, keep on following the rules, and get a test if you display those symptoms. On a different note altogether, looking forward, we have the 72nd birthday of the National Health Service next week, and we really want to encourage you all to support and thank our NHS, who have just been fantastic through those 72 years. And I'm sure that you will join us in that, as a massive happy birthday and applause will be organised by us next week. And also a happy Pride Month. As we come to the end of June, we've been celebrating Pride, not in the normal sense of the word, unfortunately, because of social distancing, but we work with our groups and we want to do more of that going forward, and have a particularly big Pride celebration next year. Everybody, be kind, be safe, and look after one another. Together we will get through this, but we're not at the end of this yet, and we need to make sure that Telford and Wrekin does not have to endure a local lockdown. And the only way we can do that is by keeping clean, keeping our distance, getting a test when we have symptoms, and isolating if confirmed. Please keep safe. Until next time, thank you.